Okay guys, so this is going to be my video for me doing a closure piece, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I do the actual closure piece and also how I sew it into the mannequin's head. What I normally do is I take the hair and I start rolling it. Then next what I would do is start to sew in this roller. Start to sew it, and I start from this part so that the knot will be underneath and not on top. And I just sew it a couple of times. Guys, if you hear my kids in the background, they're in my room killing each other. But I just sew it a few times around. You can do the slip stitch if you like. If not, you could just sew it regularly. Alright. So then I roll it a little bit more. And this is just pretty much to keep it reinforced, to make sure that it doesn't come loose while you're actually stitching the hair in. This time you only really have to do it once. You can do it twice if you prefer to. I hope you guys can see this. I know I got it zoomed in, but I'm going to do it twice because I'm going to go around it. But what I'm going to do is sew going the opposite way. I'm going to start where my thread ends here. And then you stick it in the braid, or you stick it in the hair, and you take it through the braid. And this is one reason why I would keep that track out, so that it's easier for you to take it through. Right, and completely wound it, and go again from the inside, stitch it closed. And I know it may seem like it's a lot to do, but honestly I'm just taking my time so that I can show you. And I'm using a lighter color hair so that you can get an idea and you can actually see what it is that I'm doing. And then you want to sew it down. Pretty much like you're sewing the hair or whatnot. And then what I would do next is go through and split the hair open. And I will flat iron this down so that it'll be flat. I'm not going to do that now, but that's normally what I would do, and you can't see any of the thread. So I'll go ahead and we can start. I can show you how I actually sew it in to the circular closure. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and start sewing in, and I just got my hair, put a little rubber band around it so that it wouldn't be in the way. And this is my little makeshift. I'm using my mannequin's hair. Normally what I do, a lot of people would just rather have the convenience of having it glued in the center, but if there's someone that doesn't want it glued in the center, then I would sew the hair in up to maybe the last row and leave this one open until I'm finished with sewing in the closure, because it's just a little bit easier to put it in. But what I would do is go ahead and stick the closure in the center, and normally I would sew coming this way, but what I'm going to do is sew going the opposite way. I'm going to start where my thread ends here, and then you stick it in the braid, or you stick it in the hair, and you take it through the braid. And this is one reason why I would keep that track out, so that it's easier for you to take it through. And then you just start pretty much sewing it like you would sew it regularly if you want to do your slip stitch or whatnot, or whichever way you choose to sew. Take it through there and pull it through. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Take it through. Pull it. Take it through. And try not to hit the camera, guys. And pull it. And just go around. Of course you would probably want to put more stitches in it, but I'm just, you know, something rough that I'm showing you guys. Take it through. Still on the last one at the bottom. Take it through and pull it. And then you can actually, what I normally do is just take my thread through so that I can start sewing that very last track in. But this way, you just take the only reason why I have the rubber band on here is so that the hair won't be flying all over the place. And of course this would be flat ironed. You know how you normally flatten it out beforehand so that you don't have to worry about it being bulky. But see, when you open it up and when it's flat, it's going to look just like a regular closure piece would. No thread showing, no nothing. So then what you would do, and I'm just using some hair that I had left over in my drawer. Then you would just take some hair or just start sewing regular. Finish that last row up. And again, I'm just doing it really quick because I don't want to go over the 10 minutes. Just want to show you guys how it would look when it's all complete and done. You can choose to keep this hair in the rubber band if you don't want the hair to be flopping all over the place. But yeah, you just pretty much go in and sew it like you normally would. And of course, if you're using this color here, then you want to use a lighter color thread, because black is easier to be shown. But I don't normally do hair, blonde hair. I do have some lighter color thread, but I just keep, this is what I normally would use. So just keep going around. And then the end result, once you actually, like I said, you would flatten it out beforehand. And of course all the rest of the hair would be sewn in too. And then that's how it would look. That's how it would lay. This would be flattened, of course, because you would, flat iron it again, like I said 30,000 times. But that's how your closure would look in the end. Sorry guys, I've been trying to avoid hitting the camera. But yeah, that's normally what I would do when I'm sewing in a closure piece instead of gluing it in. And it still gives you the same results, the same effect. But I find that when you sew the closure piece beforehand, it gives you a little bit more leniency to not have to worry about it unraveling in the end and you having to do it all over again. So guys, let me know if you have any questions, if you need any more clarification of what I normally would do. Just leave a comment below. My daughter is trying to rubber band her lips together. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what I would do for adding the closure piece into the center of the sew-in. So let me know if you guys have any questions.